Little man, his 3 keys to success: he needs to adjust to his playbook. He has the Arizona Cardinals, not used to it. He needs to force turnovers on SDello, and he needs to reacclimate himself in this tournament community. This is his first time back in a while. Got to see how he adjusts.
Well, SDello from Philadelphia, so he'll be donning the Eagles. And the little man, I have no clue why you choose the Browns, because it has not been good in day 1. We'll see if the luck can change in day 2 for those donning the orange and brown of the Cleveland Browns.
We might have an emergent theme here. No wins in the regular season for the Browns. No wins here at the tournament as well.
That's true. In the pistol, Emmitt Smith is behind Russell Wilson here on 1st and 10. And they'll go to the legend, Emmitt Smith. And he will pick up a few 2 yards. That's the awesome thing about draft champions. You get a opportunity to choose a legend there in round 1. He decides he wants to put Emmitt Smith on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, and he's going to run the ball. That's going to be his tempo. He wants to try and control the line of scrimmage. He knows that little man's a very experienced player. Experience comes with all the things of bringing pressure on defense. So SDello, great way to start the game here, try to control the ground game.
And I guess if there was an Elmo uniform, then he would have chose that instead of the Cleveland Browns. Wilson rolling out. He'll be hit as he throws, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, that's great pressure off that edge right there from little man. A consistent theme you're going to see throughout the day, all of these games. If you are new at home watching, anytime you see a defender off an edge, that defender typically is going to be blitzing and trying to generate pressure against the quarterback. Right now, you see the gun split close here for little man.
Big 3rd and 8. Only 34 seconds have gone by here in game number 1. Got 2 games going on at once. We'll be able to check in on that as we move throughout this first game of the day. And T.Y. Hilton is wide open. Move the chains.
Yeah, that's a nice little play right there. He ran a couple underneath patterns, which forced the user defender underneath to have to play. Left the over-the-top route open.
So 1st and 10, right near midfield.
See that guy? He moved right there. That's the guy. Watch out for pressure off that edge right near Percy Harvin if it's a pass play.
See if he brings pressure in the slot, too. He'll move Baldwin on the right, and they'll go that way with Emmitt, and Baldwin gets a block. And they're in plus territory, 2nd and 4.
Nice adjustment from SDello. You're seeing the defender get manually slided. They literally take him control of that defender on the screen and slide him off the edge. SDello recognized that, checked down to a run, and ran the ball away from where the pressure was coming. So nice adjustment from SDello.
So 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line for SDello. And he'll go to Emmitt Smith. On a little delay, and Emmitt Smith will rumble to the 34.
Halfback draw. This has been a consistent theme throughout this tournament. We saw Spot Me Please just wreak havoc with it yesterday. Talking earlier this morning with Problem was saying the halfback draw, the best run in the game this year.
Bunches to the left. He'll move Baldwin again. 1st and 10 from the 34. Promising opening drive here for SDello. And going to have a false start.
Yeah, that's a tough one to take right there. Again, hey, we talked composure. Yep. You know, that's a key to his success. That's one of the 3 keys he needs to have here. Early on in this game, already 1 mental error. Does that build on itself? Let's see what SDello can do.
False start is about as rare as a punt. And these Madden championships, we're here at the Madden Classic in Burbank, California, day 2.
Great adjustment. Great adjustment. Pressure off that left edge. Scott, he recognized it, and he's running opposite way. Great job right there by SDello. Get off that edge. Get off.
And there's Emmitt Smith on a big run, and they're right outside the red zone at the 21.
See, this is one of the things that separates the best players in the world and what creates a great Madden player. When you identify something that your opponent is doing, right there he saw pressure was coming out that left edge and decided to run away from it. Great adjustment from SDello.
Well, he's got some great targets. Smith, Baldwin, T.Y. Hilton. He's also got Ertz as the tight end. This time he goes to Douglas Baldwin.
Crowd's excited right now. Crowd is getting excited for SDello on the way he's driving here. Very nice adjustments he's making here against little man.
So 2nd and 2 from the 14. Drive is already ate up 2.5 minutes here in the first quarter.
There it is again.
Once again, he'll flip the script. Baldwin solo left. Harvin in motion. Going back to Emmitt Smith. And it's going to depend on the spot. And I think they're going to give it to him 1st and 10 from the 11.
Yeah, what I like what we're seeing here from SDello is he's attacking that 3-4 base defense with all those linebackers on the field. He's coming out in with offensive formations that have more receivers, gives him more of a mismatch in the passing game. So SDello right now making adjustments well, and he's making pre-play adjustments well too.
Well, we're going to get a little snuggie on 1st and 10. We'll see what he does in the red zone. A little delay to Emmitt Smith. He'll pick up 3.
Yeah, really difficult to move the ball in the red zone. You get a condensed part of the field, less area for the deep defenders to have to protect against. So this is the part, this is where you make your money. If you could get touchdowns here, that's a good thing. Tough to win when you come away with only a field goal here, Scott.
Up under center this time on 2nd and 7. And he goes to Sims, and that'll move it down to the 4. Russell Wilson now 3 of 4 for 37 yards.
Yeah, and I like that. That is a simple read off that left edge. When you run that play, you saw a corner strike. What that does is it floods the defense. It puts 2 receivers in an area where there's only 1 defender. Makes a very easy read for the offense. So nice play by SDello.
Goal line formations for both teams. Motion on 3rd and 3. Could still get a 1st down. We're under a minute to go here in the 1st quarter. Opening drive still
nice
on its way. And boy, I thought he was going to bust it outside, but great defense there by the little man.
And here we go, the first big decision of this game, and he's going to take the points. I like it. Get points on the board here if you're SDello. Build your confidence. Very nice drive to start this game. Took up the entire 1st quarter with his drive. Little man didn't really look like he had an answer for anything that SDello did until he got to the red zone. Let's see what happens here with Little Man's first drive.
And that was a theme in day 1. Folks would get right down inside the 10-yard line, and they had to settle for the Fig Newton a couple times. So, Little Man will start at the 24-yard line. This is the guy that put up a lot of points coming through this tournament, averaging about 18 points a game. That was as high as number 17 overall in draft champions. So we're expecting some fireworks, and maybe SDello, knowing that Little Man's got a good offense, that's why he took a majority of that 1st quarter with that drive.
Yeah, good composure, really, from both players. Little Man is in the Arizona Cardinals offensive playbook. Not fully accustomed to this, so we'll see how he can adjust with his playbook.
Inside off to Sims.
Nice little run right there. Charlie Sims the 3rd, right? That's a nice little run. Fullback inside.
Not as good as Emmitt Smith.
Not as good as Emmitt. I'll tell you what, he's a legend player. Of course, we're playing draft champions. You can get any of these legends from the past, current stars, current players. Build your fantasy team that you want to play with. That's where you're seeing guys like Emmitt Smith on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, Dak Prescott controlling it for the Browns.
How about Dak Prescott? Do you believe in him? Is he the hype? Is he the hype?
Well, you know, I saw him play several times at Mississippi State. And I didn't know if he would be able to translate to the NFL game, but he's really come on and proved everybody wrong. I
look at him like a Russell Wilson, very similar, like mobile, delivers, doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
He's much bigger than Wilson, though.
Is he?
Yeah.
I've never seen him. I bet he's pretty large. He's an NFL player.
I mean, he's not Scott Cole large, but you know, he's up there.
Yeah, I like it.
So the end of the 1st quarter, SDello with a 3-0 lead. And so we'll start the 2nd quarter at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10.
Watch out here. You got a 4-4 defense. You got all these linebackers in the middle of the field against 3 receivers set. This could be kind of a mismatch downfield here for SDello.
Dak on the attack.
That's tough.
And that was rough. He was looking for his tight end, and all of a sudden his wide receiver came across.
Yeah, so what you're going to see a lot of times, players in these tournaments, they play these linebacker-heavy defenses, and they crowd the box, and they look to generate pressure off the edges. The one weakness you have, especially in Madden NFL 17, is anything that runs vertical, any type of vertical passing scheme, you can typically get into trouble with your defense. So this is something to monitor if SDello wants to stay in that 4-4. How does Little Man kind of adapt to it, send receivers downfield?
So 2nd and 10 here, just shy of midfield at the 44-yard line. 4 wide receivers out in the pattern. Dak
that's a dart.
looking.
That's a dart.
What a pass to Marvin Harrison. He's down to the 26. And let's go to Tyler with a Madden game break.
Thanks, guys. First quarter action. True Boy has Phillip Rivers find Herman Moore for a 30-yard gain into the red zone. He'd then cap off this drive with a 5-yard DeMarco Murray touchdown run. Up 7-0 on Silent Soldier. Guys, back to you.
I know you're a big Patriots fan. You'd love to have DeMarco Murray on the Pats.
I'll take him. Go Pats, though.
And there is Prescott once again, now firing right down to the 2-yard line. So all of a sudden, little man's in business.
Yeah, and this is what he's known for. He has been prolific with his passing game for the past decade. One of the most unique passing offenses you're going to see here in this tournament, and he's already been showing why here today.
And the quarterback sneak, no, sir.
Yeah, and you're seeing again, we saw this yesterday when you take that defender, a great tactic to stopping these inside runs near the goal line is you take a defender, you stick them directly over the center, and it causes a lot of problems when you're trying to defend these inside runs. Right here, you see again, look at all those defenders there.
He's able to go outside, and that is going to be pay dirt. Little man will go up.
Great drive. I mean, that is a great drive. Little man right there showing all of his experience. This could be trouble here, though. No freebies, Scott. No freebies.
No freebies here.
He missed that. No, right it.
Yeah, it was a little weak. I don't know if he was going to make it, but he does. 7-3.
Wow.
That's why he held it.
Wow.
He knew that, oh my goodness, this might not make the crossbar. But he puts through the extra point and takes the lead 7-3.
That was an interesting little kick there.
Hey, we've all been there, whether we want to do it or not. So under 4 minutes remaining in the half, and SDello will try to answer the little man touchdown. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. SDello having to settle for a field goal the last drive. It looked like little man was maybe a little stale on the offense there, but once he got past the 50, it was all business.
Yeah, it kind of seemed as though he was getting a feel for the first drive. And then as he kind of got in the flow of things, he said, we're going to chuck this ball downfield. And that's exactly what he did. He had the matchup in his favor with all those linebackers, and it worked out for him.
Double tight ends this time. They hand it off to Emmett. Emmett gets a block. And he'll get to the 28-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and right there, you're seeing that Tampa 2, that cover 2 style defense. It's what won the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and way back when that Super Bowl. So you got to see that very often here throughout this tournament. It's what we would call the meta. It's the way that people play. Protect the short part of the field and make your opponent go deep.
So 2nd and 5. He had a long drive over 4 minutes to start the game. This is second possession. He might be thinking about another long drive, limiting little man's opportunities, but a big stop on defense. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 as Harold comes into the tackle. Yeah,
what's tough is a lot of times if you come out on a drive like that and try to establish the run, you get yourself into a 3rd down situation, and you're not necessarily comfortable now. You didn't pass on your 1st down, didn't pass on your 2nd down. So your bearing is a little off here. So how does he bounce back here on 3rd down?
3rd and 4 in the gun.
Nice crossers.
Russell Wilson.
Beautiful play. Let's
finds
go.
Doug Baldwin. Seahawk to Seahawk in a 1st down.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful John Madden football right there. Couple underneath crossing patterns. Very difficult for little man to have to defend. I love what I saw. Dello's got to chuck this ball around the field. Let's get a little aggressive here, guy.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it. Like in the first game, these guys just try to feel each other out.
Absolutely.
Don't want to make mistakes. But as the game progresses, you can see the aggression starting to pick up. Once again, Russell Wilson. This time he'll hand it to Emmett. Breaks 1, breaks 2, but cannot get through the 3rd, and that is a loss of 6.
That's a tough one. If he just went down after that first hit, you probably would have saved yourself about 4 yards. But that's the type of back Emmett is. He's going to fight, and unfortunately a 6-yard loss on 1st down. So a lot of work to do now, though.
17 seconds away from the 2-minute warning here on 2nd and long for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Again, watch out for that defender off that left edge. That's the guy that's going to be coming in and bring pressure. Does SDello recognize that? Does he check off here, check into a run off the right edge?
Play clock at 6 seconds.
Nope, take it to the 2.
And he will take it all the way down to the 2-minute warning. I don't think he liked what he saw on the other side of the ball. Decided to take it down to the 2-minute warning, and and select a different formation.
Yeah, so far, every time Little Man's brought a defender off that left edge to blitz, we're seeing Dello recognize that, and I love seeing that type of adjustment. And he's checking to runs away from the blitz, and it's worked out really well for him.
This time he motions all the way across from right to left through the formation. 2nd and 16. Looking deep.
Wow.
He has Percy Harvin, and he catches it at the 28-yard line. 1st and 10.
I'll tell you what SDello's doing right now is really difficult to defend against. He's putting players in motion, and he's forcing Little Man to make an action right at the snap of the ball, protect against the underneath patterns, and he's getting the big plays over the top because of it.
Back in the gun again with split backs. As you can see, has the tight end Ertz in at the fullback position. Casey wants to run it to Emmitt Smith. This time he play actions, will hit his tight end, and he'll pick up a few plays. Let's go over to Tyler and the gang for another Madden game break.
Thanks, guys. Early second quarter, True Boy is dicing with Phillip Rivers, 7-7 on the day, and drives down the field to score another touchdown run with DeMarco Murray. Takes it in from 4 yards out. True Boy up 14-0 on Silent Soldier. Guys, back to you.
True Boy, did he have a Bears jacket on there? That's looking pretty good.
That's your team. That's your squad.
That's my squad.
All right.
Of course, 1985 was a long, long time ago.
Yes, it was.
2nd and 3 from the 21. Russell Wilson hands it off to Emmitt Smith, and he gets stuffed. And they're going to use a timeout here with 1:22. A Little Man stepping in with the timeout call, trying to get the ball back. He's only had one possession this half.
Yeah, and I like the way Dello's playing is he's controlling the clock here. He knows that Little Man gets the ball at half. So what ends up happening here is if you get the ball back here, you score too quick or you kick a field goal in this situation. Little Man with 2 timeouts, a minute plus on the clock, he could score before the half, get ball at half, and then put the game on ice if he scores again from there. So this is a very delicate situation to play here if you're Dello.
So 3rd and 4. He's had the ball for over 8 minutes. That's 8 out of 10 minutes that are available in a half. Wilson.
Beautiful. Didn't get
finds
it, though.
Doug Baldwin, and he's going to be short, so he's going to have a decision to make here on 4th and 1.
It's a shorty. Big spot here. You know, he knows that Little Man's going to get the ball back. A field goal. This is tough. This is tough because a field goal, you're still down. And kicking a field goal does not feel good here after the way he moved the ball. Let's see what he goes at. He's going to goal line.
He's thinking, I mean, he's going all through the playbook here. You're seeing exactly what he's seeing. He's at 9 seconds on the play clock. I'm not sure he doesn't just burn a timeout here.
Yeah, careful on the play clock. You don't have time to adjust here. You got to call timeout.
Yeah, he's got to burn one here. He's going to get the delay of game, and that's what's going to happen.
He's just going to kick the field goal. That's fine. You know, maybe that might have been part of his strategy there. Just kind of maybe see the defense that Little Man comes out in. I think he saw he had kind of a defeated strategy there, and he chooses to go with the field goal.
Well, this will give him a 7-point lead, and it's right down Main Street.
There it is.
So 7-6, 1:14 on the clock. That's about what Little Man needed last time. And this time he's got 2 timeouts to work with to try to take and extend his lead into the half.
Yeah, and this is where great players separate themselves from average players. If you can score before the half, get some points on the scoreboard, get the ball back at half, that's a big-time flip of this game. Even though these guys are both playing well, the adjustment here is going to be really important for Dello to get a stop.
You know, SDello having the ball for about 8.5 minutes, but he's only generated 2 field goals. So Little Man's got to be feeling good about his red zone defense, and Dak will hand it off to Sims.
Dello's got to be very careful about the defense he just put on the field there. He had no over-the-top help on that left side of the field. Got to be very, very careful. That could have been a problem.
See if Little Man's going to think about challenging it here, get down and maybe kick a field goal. Of course, he's going to receive the ball to start the second half, so that's in the back of his mind as well. 2nd and 7 for Little Man and the Browns as Dak Prescott sets up a few hot routes. Play clock running down. Dak with time.
Got him. Oh, overthrow. Wow.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and 7. And the interesting thing here is if Little Man's unable to move the chains, will SDello burn a timeout?
And that's the gift and the curse of trying to score points before the half. It's very, again, a delicate situation. If you play it wrong, it could change the whole course of the game.
And the best players of Madden are masterful with working the game clock. 3rd and 7, 38 ticks on the clock. Prescott with time again.
Oh, we got it.
On the drag route, and that will move the chains, and Little Man will call a timeout at the 38-yard line with 33 seconds to go.
Yeah, and Little Man is best when he is playing in this gun-tight formation. He has all these receivers on the field. You can, again, notice SDello staying in that base 3-4. 4 linebackers. We got 4 receivers on the field. A bit of a mismatch here in favor of Little Man.
Watch out for the pressure off the left edge here on 1st and 10. Pulling out the snuggie. Baldwin in motion. 10 on the play clock. Prescott has time.
Everything's locked.
He'll throw it downfield. Has a man, and he gets out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
Wow. Everything was locked up on that play. Little Man fights, rolls out, hangs on the last second, delivers an absolute strike down that right sideline. That's a huge play. Gets him to field goal range. Timeout still left in his back pocket. 26 remaining here. Take a couple shots towards the end zone here.
Yeah, had the pressure coming off the left. He rolled to the right and threw an absolute dot. So with a 1-point lead, he's got the ball at the 28-yard line with 1 timeout. Once again, he'll dump it down to Doug Baldwin, and he's got the speed to move the chains.
Yeah, he got out of bounds there, saves his timeout, so that means he can take some shots over the middle of the field here and still feel very safe here with the amount of time remaining.
So 21 seconds, and once again, what has been the ailment of this tournament, you're inside the red zone.
It's tough, man. It is tough to score down here.
I believe it's easier to score from the 17 than the 2-yard line.
It really is. It really is more field to work with. Once you get inside the 10, Scott, it is very, very difficult to score.
So with 21 ticks remaining in the half, Prescott hits Matthews, and he'll be tackled inbounds, and then he'll have to use his final timeout. So Little Man with 0 timeouts, 13 seconds on the clock at the 10-yard line. What do you do here, Gibbs?
You got to go to the end zone. You got to throw a pass to the back of the end zone, safe, deliver it high where no one else can get it but your receiver. The only thing you're concerned about in that situation, though, Scott, is a tipped interception. But make sure your pass protection's here. No sacks. You got to give yourself a shot for a field goal if you don't convert here.
He's got the legend Marvin Harrison. That's who he's going to try to high point. And with 10 seconds, it'll bring up 3rd and 3.
You still got time, but that's the move. You can't deliver a ball in bounds and risk missing the field goal. So we're going to see it again here. He's going to try and go to the end zone, throw a high pass where only his receiver can catch it. We hear this all the time. You see it on Sundays in the NFL. Who's your biggest receiver? Get it to him in a spot where only he can catch it. And that's the safest play here for Little Man. But watch out for that tip pick.
Yeah, they're going to call a timeout here after taking a look at the offense when they broke the huddle. So SDello will have 1 timeout left, trailing by 1, but Little Man has the ball at the 10. 10 seconds remaining at the half, and he will receive to start half number 2. So he has a chance to double dip if he can get back-to-back possessions.
You know what I'd like to see here? I'd like to see a little bit of a play fake, Scott. A little play fake to try and keep those linebackers down and then go over the top up to one of your big receivers back in the end zone. I think that could be a good strategy here for Little Man.
There's Harrison, little play action, and he will go to the back of the end zone. And they say he will not get his feet in bounds.
And that right there, you can see Little Man in cue. He recognized it. He went to that play action. That's going to keep the linebackers respecting the run. Beautiful play call. Didn't work out for him. But let's remember that as this game unfolds here, does he go back to that same strategy, try to get that touchdown? SDello!
That's blocked!
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Field goal!
Are you kidding me? SDello with another blocked field goal. This man has 9 lives. He is blocking all these field goals. This is unbelievable.
It was a blocked field goal that he returned for a touchdown that got him to this tournament.
Wow.
And here, in the first game of the day, he proves that was no fluke.
And he's got a smirk, all smiles for SDello. He's got something in his back pocket that he feels comfortable with. And you know what? It's things like that. When you have something in your back pocket, a special play, that can be what wins you tournaments, Scott. We've seen it time and time again in past tournaments. SDello Huge play. Holy.
I'm trying not to laugh, but good grief. I mean, he
Wow.
blocked one to get into the tournament, and then in the first game, that was huge. He was going to be down by 4, and with Little Man getting the ball in the second half, that was going to be a lot of pressure for SDello.
Yeah, Little Man, a little rattled there. I don't think he really anticipated that happening. That's a very
one
rare
does,
thing.
yes.
It's a very rare thing. So how does he rebound? How does he come back from that and play? He's got to get the ball back again in the second half. You're moving the ball fine.
Yes.
You just got to try and punch it in. Finish your drives.
Yeah, he had the majority, the lion's share of the possession there in the first half, taking over 8 minutes. But Little Man also proved that he can really move it down the field.
Yeah, that gun-tight formation, let's keep watching that. What I'm seeing is you got 4 receivers on the field. You only got 4 linebackers with SDello with the 3-4, so it's a bit of a mismatch. It's going to be something you're going to keep paying attention to.
Well, let's go down to the third member of our broadcast team, Darrelle.
Thanks, Tyler. SDello, what is up with these blocked field goals? Why are you so effective?
Just getting lucky, I guess. I don't know.
How do you feel just about the lack of respect some people had for you coming here on a blocked field goal? You're doing it again. What's your message?
You just got to keep blocking them.
There you go. You got to keep blocking them. Short and sweet, y'all. Let's send it back to Tyler and the guys.
Thank you, Drea. Are you kidding me? SDello blocks yet another field goal. I don't know if he deserves to be here, but I know he can block kicks. Guys, what do we make of this first half of this insane game? He's got the crowd. He's hyped up. That was a huge play. What do we make of this?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
It's in the game, baby. I mean, we've seen big plays on special teams, missed extra points, all kinds of punt returns, kick returns. We add another one with a blocked field goal there right before the half. I thought the emotion was going to be on Little Man's side, his energy, but it's somehow SDello bringing the noise to this.
Yeah, SDello has shown he has the best special teams defense throughout the entire tournament. He says we go to the highlights. Probably you want to take those?
You know it, man. I mean, early field goal for SDello. He got it going at the start, but Little Man did come back down the field, had some nice passes. This one here, deep, went up, got into the red zone, punched it in on 2nd and goal right there. Little run right in. And right before the half, Little Man tried to get more. He got downfield, got to the sideline. He took his shot. That's where Herman Moore maybe instead of Marvin Harrison. And then the kick block. SDello already did it once, did it again, didn't make us wait. Sent the crowd into a frenzy. What a move by SDello at the end of the half. Keep this one tight.
This is some Philly magic right here. I can't believe we're seeing this. All right, so guys, let's kind of break this down. Little Man had a really good opportunity right there. Probably should have got the touchdown. This makes it a different game. What do we look for going into the second half?
We need to see if Little Man's to be able to maintain his composure. Once we saw the way that momentum swung like that, it's tough to really stay in the game and stay focused. I did like what I saw out of Little Man on that drive. He put those passes in a place that only his receiver could catch it. You can see he's playing cerebral. Hopefully he'll be able to keep it up.
Yeah.
One thing is SDello has shown that he is committed to trying to block field goals, which is a completely legit mechanic and legit tactic that you could use in Madden, just like you could do in real life. The thing is, will the players catch on to that and take advantage and maybe go for a fake and take advantage of him being over-aggressive in that situation?
Big to look out for in the second half.
I still, if it's a 4th and 6 as opposed to a fake field goal, I'd rather have my A play out there. It's going to be interesting to see if they're willing to risk all that when all this
But
is
if
on
you
the
catch
line.
him being aggressive and you fake, it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown in Madden, pretty much.
We're going to see what Little Man can bring to the table. I don't think he's out of it just yet because this little guy has a big heart, and you're going to see more of that right now with this special video.
My name is Justin Brown. I'm from Tom River, New Jersey. I'm here to win a Madden Classic for my grandpa. I was brought up on video games. My older brothers, they used to play Madden a lot. They had like Madden tournaments at my house against their friends, little tournaments there. And I played against them. And then my grandpa took me to all these Madden tournaments. Everywhere I went, across state, from one state to the other. It's just him that really got me here. I like to compete. I'm not big enough to play actual college sports and all that. So I just translated to Madden.
Does he have the touchdown? He does!
I hate losing more than people like winning. So I just want to win every game, even if it's a little game. I'm just so competitive that Madden, I just want to win every game.
All right, now we are going to send you to some more action. The other side of Group C as Silent Soldier is taking on True Boy. Guys, we're going to go for a live look-in right now. Farles and RG, take it away.
RG, here's now. True Boy came out, got out to a 14-0 lead. He has the ball right now in those Patriots uniforms, but we saw Silent Soldier drive down the field and go for two, making it 14-8. What have you seen so far in this game as we clock into the fourth quarter?
I've been paying close attention to it on the side, Falls, and what I'm noticing is that it feels like True Boy has had so much momentum in this game. I believe he's forced already 3 turnovers on Silent Soldier, but like we told you, Silent Soldier has a little chip on his shoulder going in this match, and he isn't going away. This is still a one-possession game. He's a defensive stop from getting all the momentum back, so this guy, Silent Soldier, does not give up, and he hangs in there.
DeMarco Murray with the handoff takes it over midfield for 8 yards right there. Phillip Rivers, DeMarco Murray. Murray has been putting in work.
Yes. True Boy's DeMarco Murray looks insane out there, and he also has a very prolific passing offense, and he's been blitzing on defense, sending a lot of heat in certain situations that Silent Soldier has been having trouble with. This is a battle of 2 juggernauts.
Very balanced offense so far. Murray tries to go forward and grabs the first down here with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
This is serious, Charles. He's on the 39-yard line. He needs just about 3 or 4 more yards to get into field goal range, which will allow him to make this a 2-possession ball game. If you're Silent Soldier, you need to get stingy right here.
Now is the time for Silent Soldier as Rivers drops back, looks
That's
the wheel,
stingy.
the pressure
That's
comes
stingy,
in.
Charles. That's how you get stingy right there, and that's what I was talking about. Silent Soldier, like I said, playing with a chip on his shoulder, representing his hometown of Crystal City, Texas, and he has his family at home supporting him. He's got Grandma Olga, Mom Gracie, girlfriend Brittany, and his little brother Adrian at home cheering him on, and he's giving them good reason to right now, Falls.
2nd and 16, Rivers rolling to the left, has time, pressure comes in, he throws deep downfield, and it's intercepted! Anthony Barr, who else?
And he's talking to True Boy, Falls. You see him get up. True Boy kind of intercepted him earlier in the game, had a few words to say to Silent Soldier, and the kid that you usually hear nothing from seemed like he had a few words for True Boy right there, and for good reason, because he's back in this game.
14-8 right now. He's only down 6. He went for 2. Silent Soldier with the ball, down 6, 3 minutes to go. This is the time for a big drive right here as he hands off to the halfback, goes up the middle, and picks up a first down. Latavius Murray with the carry.
Yeah, he has that gold Latavius Murray on his team, and he might not be an elite halfback, but Latavius Murray is a 6'3" specimen that is great at falling forward and can really bruise up that defense.
Robert Griffin, Latavius Murray, CJ Anderson, Greg Olson, quite the squad for Silent Soldier as he goes underneath, can't get out of bounds. 2.5 minutes to go here, just trailing by 6.
But you see, he does have the 2 interceptions. He needs to be careful on this drive, Falls. He's already been susceptible to throwing picks. I've seen True Boy lurk him twice in this game already, so he needs to be careful on this drive. This is the guap drive. This is where you're gonna make your money. No mistakes, Falls.
If this is the drive, this is the play. It's 3rd and 4 as we approach the 2-minute warning. Big dime 2-3-6 on defense for True Boy. He's been sending tremendous amounts of pressure. Can Silent Soldier pick it up after the 2-minute warning? 14-8 right now. True Boy leading Silent Soldier with the Cowboys, but he's got the ball.
This one thing, Falls, this is somewhat of an awkward situation at 3rd and 4 because you have 3 timeouts left. So if you didn't get this 4 yards right now, you'd be 4th down in your own territory. And if you didn't get that, True Boy's already in field goal range, so you don't really have a chance to stop him. He needs to convert right here.
And he hands off and he falls forward.
Close.
It does not give him the play. It's 4th and inches with 1:50 to go. Let's see if he can pick this up or if he is going to punt the ball away. RG, what do you do here? Do you quarterback sneak? This is the play of the game.
If you're a True Boy,
let's go. This is a big-time play.
Any of my Game of Thrones fans, Falls, if you're a True Boy, you need to hold the door right here. 4th and inches, this is the time. That line is the door. You need to hold it. Will he stand up for himself?
4 seconds to go on the play clock. He takes the time out. A game of chicken right there between Silent Soldier and True Boy. 1:29 to go. If he does not get this, He potentially gives up the field goal. This is the game. He is not going to punt this thing away. He is going for the glory right now. Robert Griffin, Latavius Murray, C.J. Anderson, can you get an inch?
What's he doing? Is he going to pass? Play action. Throws it. Oh! Defense right there by True Boy!
A questionable choice right there to pass when he potentially had it open. True Boy takes over on downs, up 14-8 with 1:25 to go in the red zone, looking really good.
All right, guys, we are going to do a little switch right here. We're going to go back to SDello and Little Man right now. Scott Gibbs, go ahead and take it away.
All right, good one going on over there. We'll keep you up to date. What's going on? See if True Boy can hold on for the victory. So we got 7-6 as Little Man starts the second half with the ball, and already we're in a big 4th and 3 for Little Man.
Yeah, just like that last game between Silent and True Boy, we got a big one right here. 4th and 3, tough, pivotal spot here for Little Man's opening drive in the second half.
So a big play here. He's going for it at the 40. Prescott finds Marvin Harrison, and the former Indianapolis Colt picks up the first down.
Yeah, that's going to be easy conversion on a consistent basis when you match Marvin Harrison up with a linebacker. That's easy pickings right there for Little Man. Big conversion on his opening drive here in the second half.
So 1st and 10 at the 45. With 3:15 remaining in the third. Dak Prescott.
Wow.
Has a breakfast. It's going to be a fumble. And he falls on it, and SDello will have possession at the 33-yard line.
Absolute hot one off the edge right there, Scott. You can see pressure comes off that right edge, forces the sack, fumble, recovery for SDello. That is a big-time play right there. Little Man, the composure. We're seeing it right here now. After that blocked field goal, looks like momentum on the side of SDello.
So trailing by 1, he'll have the ball at the 33-yard line. Emmitt Smith is behind Russell Wilson there in the gun, off to his right. Little motion. Play clock running down. Plenty of time.
Good play.
And he'll drop the ball. Got to be careful with it. Trying to fit it in the window there. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good user D by Little Man. Dropped away from that, going after the quarterback. Went to the underneath drag pattern. Caused the breakup there on the pass.
So SDello has had the ball twice. Long drives, 4-minute-plus drives.
Good heat.
And it's been on the legs of Emmitt Smith. And I think he's got the first down. It'll pin on the mark, and they will move the chains.
Yeah, we're going back to that little halfback off tackle from that bunch formation, running away from where the pressure is. Pressure is off that right edge, like right in this area. You're going to see consistent theme here from SDello. Every time he recognizes pressure, he runs away from it.
By the way, you can tweet us using the hashtag Madden Classic. He picks up 2 just outside the red zone at the 21-yard line. And I think this is where you got to strike for a touchdown.
Yeah, 2nd and 8. You're in a good spot in the field. You know it's going to be difficult moving the ball a little closer here. Take your shot here. We've seen how effective play action can be, keeping those linebackers underneath, and take your shot downfield.
Motion, it's Harvin off to the right. Little delay to Emmitt Smith. He's got room. And once again, to the 13-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10.
Yeah, these halfback draws are really effective against the way competitive Madden players are consistently playing. What you're seeing is typically they'll send pressures off one side of the formation. So typically you'll have that whole area, all those defenders, they're all coming after the quarterback. The opposite side drops into coverage, which then makes these draws so effective.
High snap, and that messed up the timing. And Emmitt Smith will lose a yard.
That was a big-time hit right there from Little Man. Came in through that A-gap right between the center and the guards and absolutely destroyed his halfback in the backfield.
He's at the 14-yard line. Trailing by 1 after the Little Man fumble. And this time, it's the backup running back. And Crowell will pick up 6.
Brown himself, and competing against the Browns in this one.
Yeah, Hugh Jackson's actually coaching the Eagles in this one. So although he's playing the Browns, he actually has the Browns playbook, which is actually one of the wonderful things about Draft Champions. And of course, all the Madden modes when you can really customize and build your team. But a big 3rd and 6 here.
Take a shot here. Back of the end zone. Keep it high. Keep it safe.
He'll move one of the tallest wide receivers in the league, Benjamin, and that's where he'll go, and Benjamin can't hold on.
Yeah, but again, I like it. I like the way both these players are playing safe in the red zone. They're not trying to force anything, but they're taking their shots. They're taking their opportunities, throwing it to the back of the end zone to give themselves a shot at getting a touchdown.
Try to high point it to the former Florida State Seminole, Kelvin Benjamin, but he can't hold on. But now SDello has the lead after the turnover.
And tell you what, look at the difference in this game. The field goal, the blocked field goal right now, SDello with a 2-point lead. You don't see a 2-point lead very often in football. But right now, that blocked field goal is the difference between this. So far, SDello showing his blocked field goals in this tournament or what's helping him move on.
Of course, if you have SDello's kicker, you know, and he's on your fantasy team, you're feeling pretty good right now.
That's right.
1st and 10
How's
from
your
the
fantasy
27.
team doing?
My fantasy, I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I'm in a league actually with Mutt Guru. Yeah, one of the community managers for Madden.
Yeah, shout out to Mutt Guru, the community manager for Madden Ultimate Team. Are you beating him at least?
I think he beat me. I don't want. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it. 2nd and 10. Yeah, it's not been good. You know, when you're in the first season of a keeper league, it's never good.
So tough.
And there's Marvin Harrison to the 42-yard line.
A little up-tempo beat now from Little Man. I like that. Try to keep advantage of the defense he's in. He likes what he's seeing here, and he wants to take advantage of it.
Goes back again to the run up the middle, and that's going to be 2nd and 1. And it's time to put your 4s up. We're headed to the 4th quarter here in game number 1. Little Man trailing by 2 to the man from Philadelphia, SDello.
Yeah, and so far, again, the Browns. Anyone that's played with the Browns has yet to win a game in this tournament, just like the Browns' current record right now. So Little Man trying to break that here in this matchup.
2nd and 1, goes back to the running game. He's got room.
Cut.
And he'll be on the other side of the 40. The ball will be marked at the 39-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yep, plenty of time still left in this game. Little Man just needs to punch this in. A field goal here or touchdown still good. Gives you the lead on the situation.
So Eagles 9, Browns 7. Little Man trailing by 2, but he's moving the ball down the field here in the 4th quarter. And once again, he goes to the gun. Got Harrison in the slot. He'll motion right to the right. And Prescott hands it underneath. This is Sims the 3rd. And he will be just shy. Key for Little Man in this game so far has been picking up a lot of yards on 1st down.
Yeah, that's a big part. I mean, that's why he's going no huddle here. Again, he likes the matchup he had on 1st down, wants to attack again.
And SDello with only 3 down linemen, but they're able to stand tall. That'll bring up a huge 3rd and 1 from the 30.
It's something you have to look out for. When you go no huddle, especially in draft champions, your depth chart, your players will get more tired as you're playing no huddle, as they should. So just watch out for key things like fumbles, drop passes. Those fatigue issues will affect your roster.
He goes to Sims, and this is going to depend on the mark, but I believe no.
Here you go. Now what do you do? What do you do? Here, this is it. You can't kick the field goal, right? You don't feel confident kicking the field goal, partly because of SDello's ability to block them, but also 4th and inches. You go for it as a competitive player here. We've talked about it previously. RG has been very adamant about it. Competitive Madden players go for it because of the short clocks in these games.
And he's got Sims the 3rd at fullback, but they'll go to tailback, and he will not make it.
Absolutely locked up. Good defense from SDello. Look at that stoic right there. No reaction from him. This man is locked in and ready to go. Now we just need one drive. We need one drive, one touchdown here, put this game on ice.
Yeah, I talked about it in the pregame. You know, we didn't know a lot about Group C. Well, we're finding out what Group C is all about right now.
A little conservative here. A little conservative coming down, running the ball like that. You've been able to pass the ball consistently here. The reason I don't like it necessarily in that situation, Little Man's down. He needs to get the ball back. He's going to be more aggressive, which that typically means your runs aren't going to work as well because they don't have a more aggressive defense. Air it out. Throw the ball downfield. Attack vertically here.
So 2nd and 13 with Just 3 minutes and change to go in this one. SDello with the lead.
Hot one
Here
off the
comes some
edge.
pressure, and Emmitt Smith will drop it.
Tough.
Let's go back over to Tyler to find out what happened in the Silent Soldier and True Boy game.
Thanks, guys. With a minute left in the game, True Boy on 3rd and 5 uses old man Phillip Rivers to slide for a first down to ice the game. True Boy wins 14-8 over Silent Soldier. Guys, back to you.
So got out to that 14-point lead, Gibbs, and he was able to hold on, but a big 3rd and 13 here with 3:08 to go.
Pressure off that right edge. Take a look right there. Baldwin in the slot. Watch that defender come screaming. Picked up, though.
Able to pick it up. Rolling. Looking deep for Percy Harvin, but triple coverage usually equals nah, bro.
Nah, bro, at all. That's a great play right there. That was a play SDello used earlier in this game. He had a big conversion on it earlier. Little man, great adjustment this time. Defended against the deep cross. Forced the throw by SDello into triple coverage. He is no monster throwing into all that coverage.
He tried to punt it out of bounds there on 4th and 13. We've seen some big kick returns. And so now the stage is set, Gibbs. Trailing by 2, under 3 minutes to go. Little man needs a drive. A field goal will win it.
Yeah, and this is where one of the keys to this game comes and asks the question here. He needs to reacclimate himself into the competitive tournament scene. Little man, been playing for a decade. He's here because of his grandfather. His grandfather no longer with us. He's playing for him, everything on the line right now for Little man in this big-time drive.
Well, he'll hand it off and go absolutely nowhere. Sims only with 45 yards on 10 carries.
It's not a good way to start this drive here. Negative yards, put yourself behind the 8 ball here. That's a tough one.
3 timeouts for both teams. We're 35 seconds away from the 2-minute warning. A big 2nd and 11, and look at all the guys in the box.
Yeah, pressure off that left edge. Great recognition by Little man. Moves his halfback to the left of the quarterback. Blocks him here most likely to pick up the pressure.
Snaps it with 2 on the play clock. He'll take what the defense gives him. And that's Matthews, turns it upfield. Thought he might go out of bounds, but instead, he picks up the first down.
Yeah, got real sticky on that one. He went cut down that sideline, moved up. Instead of going out of bounds, he went for extra yards, got the first down. So nice little run there for Little man. Take it to the 2.
So 2 minutes remaining here in game number 1. We've seen 2 good ones.
Oh, yeah.
Saw a lot of turnovers in the True Boy Silent Soldier. That was the difference. Hadn't had a lot of that in this game. We did have a fumble. Little man, can he overcome a fumble and a blocked field goal in this one, trailing by 2, 1st and 10?
All he needs is 1 field goal here.
He'll go back to the running game, and Sims will get near the 50, 2nd and 6 from his own 49.
Yeah, and Dello not wasting timeouts in this situation. He has the lead. He still is in control of this game. We're looking at about 20 yards or so until Little man can get into comfortable field goal range. Really important. Little man needs to get to the ball right there, right to that 30-yard line. That 30-yard line is where he needs to get to in order to feel comfortable to kick a field goal.
When you're playing SDello, do you feel comfortable kicking a field goal?
That's the question. That is the question.
They'll bring it in tight formation here, and he'll burn a timeout with 89 seconds left in this one, a big 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and what I really like seeing from SDello in this drive is he's getting more aggressive on the defense side of the ball. He's starting to send some more of these popular blitzes that you're seeing a lot of players run from this big dime formation. He's getting out of that base 3-4 with all those linebackers. He's adding more corners, more safeties on the field for better coverage and more pressure. So great adjustment here on Dello. Saved it for this last drive.
2nd and 6. He moves Sims over to his right.
Got an absolute hot blitz off this left edge, Scott.
Needs some of that Dak Prescott magic. Under 10 on the play clock.
Nope, coverage.
Once again, he drags. He gets a little bit of separation for Harrison, and it'll be another first down.
All right, we're about 14 yards away. 14 yards. Little man needs about 14 more yards to feel comfortable in this field goal range situation. Field goal or touchdown wins in this game.
Yeah, he's got the Arizona playbook, and it almost feels like the Cardinals. You got so many targets you can throw it to. Goes back to the running game, and let's be honest, in the 4th quarter, the running game has not been there for Little man.
Yeah, either guy that hasn't really been able to establish the ground game in the second half. It's been more about the passing the ball. Again, behind the 8 ball on first down. That whole drive, Little man struggled on first downs, but he's been able to recover putting himself in tough situations, though, on 2nd and 3rd downs.
Clock running here on 2nd and 13.
Wow. Really lucky there.
And that was the play that he fumbled on last time, but this time able to get it away. They'll say the pass is incomplete.
Yeah, I'll tell you, SDello, number 2 on the draft champions ladder, played over 600 games. He's showing that while he might not be a known name in this competitive scene, all that experience, all those games, paying dividends right now, up on little man by 2.
10 seconds to go on the play clock. A big 3rd and 13 from the 48-yard line. Needs about 18 yards for a field goal, and he finds the ball and fumbles.
The ball is out. The ball is out. Are you kidding me right now? SDello. Wow.
2 fumbles, a blocked field goal. SDello. Sodium levels are too high. My doctor says I can't even call this. This is how high the sodium is.
Wow.
For a little man, getting salty here in Burbank. And he'll go to Emmitt Smith. Little man will burn a timeout.
Scott, I'm really impressed with the way SDello came out and played this game. He answered all of the questions we asked. He played a mistake-free game. He won the turnover ratio, and the composure he's had in this game has been unbelievable. He still needs to finish here, but the way he's been able to battle and fight here against little man, SDello is really showing what he's got here.
See if he'll take a knee here. The play clock is 30. And he'll call a timeout here with 3rd and 14. Can't ask any more from the first 2 games of the day.
Yeah, you got to think just QB kneel here.
Victory formation. They'll take a knee. And clock will run, and he doesn't have to run another play. Little man coming in the favorite. SDello, a little bit disrespected. But he's going to walk out of game 1 with a victory.
You know what's crazy here is the number 1 question that I had about SDello in this game was the turnover ratio. He had the lowest turnover ratio in this entire 16-man field. It was just above 1. So that means that means as much as he was getting turnovers, he was giving the ball away to his opponent as well. And in this game, the composure, the ability to make the big plays, the ability to hold on to the ball, the stingy defense, he made the plays everywhere he needed to do it. And he just showed that the big stage, it's nothing. He's ready. He's ready to compete and play.
Well, the lucky Elmo shirt of little man doesn't come through here in the first one. But, you know, the interesting thing here, Gibbs, is little man had so little possession. Not only time of possession, but just overall possession.